everybody? Indeed, what is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Brad, how was your holiday weekend, my boy?
I've had better holiday weekends. Child had her first cold, so we were dealing with that extra pressure on myself, helping out the wife around the house. So, just dealing with that. Nothing that nobody doesn't understand here in the chat with children, but I'm getting my first taste of it.
There you go. Yeah, I've never had it specifically. I've been around it, and it seems not fun.
It's tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, man. Hope everybody had themselves a great holiday weekend. Welcome back to Monday. All right. And I saw in the chat, Brian, some other folks were talking about how football's almost here. Yeah. The Hall of Fame game is July 31st. What is it? 24 days away? Brad, I know in your household, the NFL preseason, that's what gets everybody fired up, isn't it?
Oh, I'm watching all four quarters. I want to see the scrubs. I want to see the starters for 5 seconds. Love it.
I do too. All right. Okay. Let's get after it here. Let's take a look how we did yesterday. Solid. Yankees bets over 9. Got that. Cardinals Cubs over 7.5. Nailed that one. Astros Dodgers, not so much. 3 home runs yesterday. And that's coming off a day where we did 4 the day before. Aaron Judge home run, got it. Mike Trout home run, got it. That Mike Trout home run came in like 6 pitches. Byron Buxton home run, got it. The big Chicago Pat, look at him going 1 out of 2, man. Ariel Atkins over 1 out of 3s. Got that one. Natasha Cloud over 6.5 assists. Did not that one, but split it up. Pat, well done, brother. Well done. All right, Howie Schwab, crew play of the day. Where are we going? Rockies Red Sox over 10. Rockies Red Sox under 10. Are you going Guardians Astros over 7? Guardians Astros under 7. Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show. Now, Brad, we had it yesterday. Our man Big John Eccles was talking about it yesterday and talking about it today as well. All right, Big Brad. National SC is in fuego. 14 straight games without a loss. Is this correct, huh?
This is correct. And they went down to 10 men at home. And Hani Mukhtar got himself a nice penalty kick in stoppage time to take the victory against one of the top sides, Philadelphia. Callahan has got the boys humming. I like what they're doing. They're playing really strong. They have good players throughout the midfield as well as the attacking end. Zimmerman coming back will help solidify that defense. But yeah, Nashville SC, man, the boys of blue and gold, one to watch.
Oh, the old boys in gold, Hani Mukhtar. I love it, man. I love it. All right. Ooh, did not mean to hit my camera there. Let's not do that again. All right. So Father Whale absolutely drilled it yesterday. Well done, buddy. Well done. Became a member. Big Father, thank you. Well done. Okay. All right. Now, let's get into it for today. Big Brad, start us off, buddy. What do you got?
Yes, sir. We're headed to an afternoon matchup in the second division of Iceland. It's Iceland 1 DL on your sportsbook in a match between Grindavik taking on Keflavik. We're looking for that push in case it lands on 3 goals, but 4 goals gives us a full cash. This is a hot league right now, and not just lately, but really history. Right now, both teams to score is coming 16-4, 80%. So 4 out of every 5 matches are hitting both teams to score. 3 out of every 4 matches are hitting over 2.5. And then 7 out of every 10 matches when they hit over 2.5, hit over 3.5. Very important because you look at these 2 teams today. Well, you got Grindavik, who scored 10 straight in the league. They've only played 10 and 11 straight at home. They are a great scorer. 2+ and 5 of 6 versus their opponent today. Very important. 3+ and 3 of 5. So they score multiple, but they are a conceding team through and through. All 10 this season, and 25 of their last 26 matches have found somebody scoring against them, but not just one. 17 of 19 have had 2+ goals scored against them, 3+ in 10 of 16. So they're regularly scoring. Both teams have scored all 10 matches this season. Over 2.5. Grindavik, 27 of 28 matches. That is an incredible streak going on for Grindavik. They also hit the over 3.5 in 8 of 9 at home when they hit over 2.5 and 17 of 21 overall. So they trend not only both teams to score, but the 2.5 and also the 3.5 as well as their opponent on the away end. We have a great opponent, Keflavik, who scored an 18 of 24, 75%, 9 of 11 versus Grindavik, but they're scoring regularly versus their opponent, 2+ in 4 straight versus them. In fact, 2+ in 3 of the 4 first halves versus Grindavik, which is very important if you're looking for a play pre-match like we have one today. And then you look at the matchup history. 5 of 5 have hit over 2.5. 3 of 4 hit over 2.5, hit over 3.5. They love early goals, and they love hitting these numbers quickly and often. We're taking that over 3 with that safety net of 3, but we're looking for that full goals for the full cash. 4 goals.
Nice, man. There we go. I like it, buddy. Now, 2 plays for me. Now, we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern, normal time, driving the Nightline. But we're going to start here. And let me just tell you, Major League Baseball today is not easy. It was great over the weekend. Today is not an easy day. Today's a very difficult day. Very difficult day, man. I'm going to go to the Diamondbacks, the Padres over 8. Yu Darvish is making his MLB return from injury today. Now, I love Yu Darvish, but there is absolutely no way that they are giving him any kind of a long leash whatsoever. Ohtani came back and would throw an inning. Now, does Darvish go longer than 6 pitches? Probably. But it's not going to be a whole lot. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm going to roll with the over 8 because I think that it's kind of a throwaway after that. So I think the Diamondbacks are going to continue to hit. Now, you've got Zach Gallen on the other side here, right? Like, you've got pitching matchups, man, across the board here today. But I'm going to roll with the over 8. Now, I'm also going to go with the Rangers and the Angels over 7.5. And this is another – this is DeGrom versus Kikuchi. But I'm going to do it. I'm going over 7.5. I think that they could get there. We got some Rangers that have had success against Kikuchi, and I think that you're going to see the Angels hit the ball as well on DeGrom. But I'm not going much higher than that, man. So I'll take over 7.5. We'll have more picks at 3 p.m. Eastern today. You know our man Moshe is going to have 15 plays on each game, so don't worry about that. Now, before we jump into it today, you want to see something cool? So our man, Big Zach Phelps, kicks over a creative, right? So we've been talking about free Paul Skeens, which, by the way, Paul Skeens yesterday threw 5 innings, 0 earned runs, doesn't win. Never. All right. George Kirby gets the win 1-0. All right. Now, Zach put together a graphic to free Paul Skeens. All right. Yeah. I've made this into a t-shirt, a sticker, and a poster. And I put it through to our website, like for our merch store, drivingtheline.com. And hopefully it shows up today, right? Like, it takes a little time for it to process, right? But take a look. Zach did such a good job. He did such a good job, dude. He absolutely crushed that, man. So, yeah. As soon as that's live, I'll let everybody know. Sticker $5.95, t-shirt $23.95. Dan Clark, what's good, AB? I got Arizona, San Diego over also. Good look. Love it, buddy. Love it, man. All right. Let's jump into it for today. All right, let's start with some fun here. You like to have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you look like a man who likes to have fun. All right, home runs. Shohei Ohtani, plus 190. Fernando Tatis, plus 300. Ellie De La Cruz, plus 330. Bobby Witt Jr., plus 375. Kettle Marte plus 450. Where are you going, big dog?
You know, he ain't vodka, but give me some Kettle One Marte, baby, plus 450.
I like it. That's a good play right there. I like it a lot, man. God. I want to go Otani so bad. I'm going to go Ellie De La Cruz plus 330. God, I want to go Otani so bad. Our man Marshall said I'm late today. People already that Trout Judge home runs at the parlay. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go Ellie De La Cruz. All right. I'm going to go Ellie. Yeah, Andrew White said, then go both. You know what? You're right. Ooh, Corbin Carroll plus 340. That's not a bad play. The Diamondbacks, too. Yeah. For my show choice, I'll go Ellie De La Cruz. All right, let's talk about weather here. We only have a couple games. Marlins and the Reds. Temperature 85, feels like 92. This game could get rained out. Wind's blowing out 5.5 miles an hour. But look at the precipitation, 42%, 38%, 40%. Just be careful. Like, dude, forget it. I'm going Otani. Like, this rain could screw this game up. I'm going back to Otani. All right. Rockies and the Red Sox. 85, feels like 88. Nah, no rain. Nothing really to worry about. 12 miles an hour blown out. Wind blowing out, baby. Addison going off the board. Jose Canseco. I like it. He'll also give up a home run. It'll hit him in the head. Bounce over the fence. That's a great clip, dude.
So
great clip. That had to hurt, too. Yeah. Catching a baseball off the bat to the dome, and it's a home run on the road. That's tough. Pirates and the Royals. Temperature 88. Feels like 92. Precipitation 10%. 5 miles an hour. Blowing right to left and then out. Wind all over the board. Phillies and the Giants. Temperature 60. Feels like 55. 11.5 miles an hour blown out to left center, though. Now, put into factor that park, but still. Yeah, this weather's not great, man. Home runs, hitter versus pitcher historicals. Adolis Garcia, James McCann, Fernando Tatis, they all have 2. Mark Conley's got 2. Corbin Carroll has 2. Simeon has 2. Marte has 2. And that's off Yu Darvish. Again, I don't expect Yu Darvish to – I don't think he's going 9 innings today. Jason Hayward off Zach Gallen. Mookie Betts has 1 off Freddie Peralta. Will Smith has 1. Brandon Lowe off Jack Flaherty. Shohei Ohtani has 1 off Freddie Peralta. Jorge Soler. You're seeing a lot of Angels here, man. Matt Chapman. There you go. Nick Castellanos down there at the bottom. All right. Hits. Look, your boy Marte up there, dude. Hit 290. Andrew Benintendi. He's got 10 hits. Cronenworth, he's on both lists. Suarez, he's on both lists. Simeon on both lists. Carroll on both lists. Kana on both lists. Tommy Edman, man. Manny Machado. Dude, you're seeing a lot of Padres as well. Fernando Tatis. A lot of them, man. Rafael Devers. I'm fascinated to see what he does. A lot of them. Okay. Hitting streaks. Your new leader, Bradley, is Dalen Lyle. 13. Yep. I know you got his jersey on order. 13 straight games. Oh, yeah. Cody Bellinger, 12 straight games with a hit. Bobby Witt, 10 straight games with a hit. Chandler Simpson, 10 straight games. All right. J.P. Crawford's got 8. Baum's got 8. Jaron Duran has 7 straight games with a hit. Christian Walker, 6 straight games with a hit. Trey Turner, 6 straight games with a hit. Mickey Moniak, 6 straight games with a hit. Dansby and Saya Suzuki, both 6 straight games with a hit. Now, Brad, I've got a new slide that we're going to incorporate every day. Okay. And here's the best part. Everybody in the DTL crew, you will get this in the Discord after the show. But I'm not going to give you the slide. I'm going to give you the file. Okay. And let me show you what I'm talking about. I have the last 7 games for everybody in Major League Baseball. All right. And I'm going to give you the file that you can filter through. You see who has the most home runs, who has the best batting average, who has the most strikeouts, who has the most hits, runs, RBIs, all of it. All right. We're going to give you the top 10 every day. And I'm going to filter it by home runs, all right, over the last 7 games. But like I said, I'll put the file in the Discord, and you could open that up, and you could filter it by it has every single player in Major League Baseball. How about that? Last 7 games, man. So, yeah.
God, looking good.
Yep. Our top 10. I've got it filtered by home runs, but again, filter it by whatever the hell you want. Whatever you want to find, you can find it. All right, George Springer, Randy Arozarena. Both have 5 home runs over the last 7 games. Aaron Judge, 4 home runs. Excuse me. Michael
10
Busch.
walks.
Yeah. 10 walks.
Good Lord.
Yeah. 10 walks. Michael Busch, 4 home runs. All right. You can also see strikeouts on here, too. So you could bet by any prop that you want. Any of them. All right. Jose Altuve. He had 10 RBIs in his last 7 games. 3 home runs. Cody Bellinger, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. And a stolen base. Not bad there. Addison Barger, 3 home runs his last 7 games. Brandon Nimmo, 3 home runs last 7 games. Wiley Abreu, 3 home runs. Jazz Chisholm Jr. You've seen a lot of Yankees on here, not a lot of wins. Sayuzuki was the worst all-star snub. Should have. Dude, he could be in the argument for the MVP. That's a massive snub. Massive. So anyway, we'll add this one every day here. And we will end it there. And like I said, I'll put the file in Discord after the show, as I do with the slides. So if you want to find and you could do it by pictures too. So I got this at I think it's Raz Baseball. So check that out. I'll get the URL for you. But yeah, there you go. So Barger respected the name. You're damn right. Damn right. All right. That is Major League Baseball. Okay. Let's get our picks one more time. Then we're going to jump into some soccer. Then we're going to jump into the NFL. We got the Baltimore Ravens today. All right, Brad, start us off. What you got?
Yes, we're headed to this afternoon matchup in the second division of Iceland. On your book, it will be Iceland 1, which is the second flight, in a matchup between Grindavik taking on Keflavik. We're looking for that 4-goal cash, but the over 3 gives us a push if it stays on 3, with Grindavik hitting over 3 in 27 of their last 28. We're going to the second division of Iceland, over 3 at -140.
Beautiful. All right, I'm going Diamondbacks Padres over 8. Rangers and Angels over 7.5. All right, so I'm going to leave that up there for a second. Our man Horses, Corbin Carroll, 7 for 13 versus Yu Darvish with 2 home runs. Massive. And everybody make sure to follow Picking Horses at Picking Horses on Twitter. Okay, so Brad, let's see what you got here. USL League One. All right, now, hold on. Let me bring it back 1 second. The Women's Adult Softball League starts today. And I cannot find a book to bet it. If anybody has a book that offers odds, lines, etc., please let me know. Should be the AUSL. But I can't find it anywhere. And I hope they offer it because I want to start betting this league. All right, sorry. You're back. The board, it reminded me of that. And I had to say it before I forgot it. All right. The USL. Talk to us, Big Dog. What do we got?
Yeah, let's talk about the USL League One, which is the third division of American soccer, just below the USL Championship, which you know is below the MLS. Well, the USL, the second division, is really not that, or just the USL Championship, excuse me, but that division is not a great high scoring league as far as both teams to score and over 2.5. So we're going to skip right down because there's a couple of angles that you may be able to exploit live within this League One. The trending stats are pretty solid. You're hitting both teams to score now in 71% of the last 44 matches in League One. Good production. But the over 2.5, just 57% of the last 44 matches. So both teams to score, definitely the trending figure between both teams to score and over 2.5. But when it hits over 2.5, 33-2 to the both teams to score, which means if you see total goals in the USL over 2.5 goals, it's most likely also going to contribute with that both teams to score. Now, the difference between hitting both teams to score and hitting over 2.5 versus hitting over 2.5 and hitting both teams to score is a pretty big difference. And you can see it right here on the board. Almost 20% difference, which is 1 out of every 5 matches you'll find variance if you're looking for the other way around. So we are looking for total goals, but we're kind of really looking for that both teams to score. And even better with this league, right now, a first half goal is the most trending figure within the entire league. You're sitting now at 39-5, 89%. Almost 9 out of every 10 matches in the USL will feature at least one team scoring a goal in the first half, which is very, very impressive. And to take it a step further, in 17 of the last 24 matches that had a first half goal, that first half goal came after minute 20, which means you have plenty of time to get a live bet on that over 0.5 first half goals in the USL. So we're looking maybe dropping that first half goal if it rides out 1-0 to halftime or 2-0 or even 3-0. Let's say it rides to 3-0 at half. What do you know about that? Well, you know that in 35 matches, 33 of those over 2.5 have hit both teams to score. So you're looking for that first half goal. If that first half goal comes, if it's 2 or 3, then you know exactly what to do on your next play. So don't always take your soccer bets from pre-match. There are a lot of angles that you can exploit live, like the first half goal in the USL, third division, League One.
Atta boy, man. Nice job. Now, all right. Spell Dog has a question for you, and I'm going to leave you on full screen here. Brad Betts, do you have a backup play? The Icelandic play is not on my book.
Man, a lot. So the biggest issue with midweek, early week, summer, all of this combination of these matches today is you're going to get really sharp lines. When you don't have as many options to bet from, limited variety, limited amount, you get more bets concentrated on those few matches, which, if you're familiar, the more bets that you have, the sharper the line is going to be typically on a sports book. So while I don't have any pre-match plays, there are a couple leagues that I'll be looking at, specifically Finland, the Ykkönen, which is the third flight of Finnish football. Let me pull this up real quick. I did not have this prepared. The Finland Ykkönen is hitting both teams to score at a pretty solid rate, 62% of the last 42, which is great. But that over 2.5, you're looking at 2 out of every 3 matches in the Finland Ykkönen that are hitting the over 2.5. So look for that over 2.5 live because you're not going to get anything pre-match. This is a pretty solid matchup today. Inter Turku 2 taking on JJK. I'm going to butcher this one, but JJK. Solid team. Both sides are scoring. But what you need to know about this specifically is these goals come early in this match. 10 out of every 12 matches have had a first half goal for both sides, and they score specifically in the second half. So maybe look for not as many early goals, but then after that time has passed, look to jump in because this is a second half scoring league. The third division of Finland, look for second half goals.
Dude, all right, well done. All right, what was the name of that team again?
It's JJK, but like I can't even butcher this. It's so tough. I didn't look. It's Jvlas, JYVA with something on the A. SKYL with something on the A. I don't know what that word is in ice or in Finnish, but we're going with JJK.
We can't even spell it.
I literally, I'm looking at it and I can't even spell it correctly.
No, it's difficult, man. Well done. Well done. All right. You ready to talk a little NFL?
Yes.
Yes. All right. We're going to start here with your Baltimore Ravens head coach, John Harbaugh. All right. Offensive coordinator, Big Todd Monken, Willie Taggart, all kinds of names all over this list. You know the Ravens, man. Ain't nothing changed there. Baltimore's draft had a big draft. Big draft. Definitely going for the can we find value, right? Yeah, I mean, nothing really huge, nothing franchise altering they did in the draft there. You see the depth chart here: Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins. Look at Hop. Tight end Mark Andrews. Has any tight end had a worst offseason than Mark Andrews? And he hasn't done anything in the offseason. It's just the way that the season ended last year. Patrick Carter, fullback. You see it right there. So, yeah, Justin said everybody hit the like button. Then go and hammer an Astros, Royals team total under 4.5 parlay plus 236. Nice, Justin. I like it, man. I like it. Tyler Loop going to be the starting kicker. That's value. That is a great question because go right back to it. Tyler Loop. All right. Their leg is gone. Justin Tucker is, well, off the team and also suspended for 10 games. So, yeah, we're not going to get into that at all. All right. Here are our futures. Now, let me explain this real quick. Lamar Jackson, over 4.5 rushing TDs at plus 110. Absolutely all over that one. Justin Dutcher. Ravens win the AFC North. Okay, look. I am not suggesting anyone out there go put a future in on a minus 140 play that bet is going to sit for 5 months. Don't do that. But I'm betting it to show where I stand. And Lamar Jackson on the season, over 750.5 rushing yards. Okay, let me jump into this, Brad, and then we're going to kind of break it down bet by bet. All right, Ravens, regular season wins. Okay. So the line is basically 11.5 wins. Where are you going? You going over or under? You're on mute.
I was typing. Give me the over on the Ravens. They like a good regular season win. Not the greatest team at finishing it off late in the season. I think maybe that has to do with some tired legs as well as the amount of times you can see Lamar. If he's a passing quarterback, just strictly passing and runs second, then he becomes a difficult quarterback in a similar fashion to a Patrick Mahomes. But he almost sometimes looks to run first. And I think that is limiting based on his arm. I think this year could be one of those not as high rushing years for Lamar. They could withhold him just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be beating Derrick Henry into the ground either. He could get some spell early throughout the season if they have a lead. I don't love Lamar as much as I have in seasons past.
Yeah. Here's the tough part with them is that, you know, every year they're arguably the best team in the regular season. But regular season Baltimore Ravens props have been as consistent as possible. I mean, they absolutely rack up. Play great defense. They score a lot of points. Quarterback is active, not only, in the air, but on the ground, like you said. Derrick Henry back there. Who's their backup? Running back. Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, Rasheen Ali. So, I mean, you're going to get a lot of Derrick Henry. And let me just say, Derrick Henry has been busting his ass in the offseason. Seen a lot
Always.
of it. That dude, I said it last year, like all offseason. Ravens fans, were like, man, is this dude old? Is this blah, blah, blah? I was like, dude, just bet it. I mean, you could remember back during games last year, Derrick Henry, his yards, his rushing prop for that game would be like 103. And I was like, do not fade him. I'm not saying bet it, but don't fade him. This dude works. He's a dog.
I mean, he gets to the third quarter with like 10 yards, and he'll end well over 100, which is what I love about Derrick Henry. That man never stops, and what an attitude on that man.
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, he's everything you would want in a teammate. Everything.
And more, yeah.
Yep. Roger Line, what up, boys? What up, dog? Big dog? Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better teammate than Derrick Henry.
Those off-season videos with the chains around his neck as he's sprinting full speed up a hill at what, like 300 and like 7'8". The man is a freak.
He is, dude. He is. And the funniest part is one of the kindest-hearted, nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. Anybody tell me what Derrick Henry sounds like? Don't worry, I'll wait. The man's humble.
Yeah, and he lets his play do the talking. That's what I love.
Oh, yeah. And I go back, dude, when he was at Alabama, I go back to it. I think it was a national championship game. I think he had 44 carries or something like that. Yeah, I mean, something ridiculous, right? And they asked him after they won. They were like, Derrick, you had 44 carries today, like standing next to Saban. And Saban laughed. And Henry just leaned into the mic and he goes, ball ain't heavy. I love him. I love Derrick. And happy for him. As a Titans fan, dude, save yourself.
That Mark Ingram meme from the Alabama days where Henry's standing as a captain at midfield about the coin toss.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of the greatest ones. It reminded me of that guy from Baylor who was just a freak.
Yeah. When he's standing there with a jersey, he's got like 37 abs.
Yeah.
I'll give you a stat. Father Wells said also Derrick Henry's high school stats are just unreal. Oh, they are. I'll give you a stat. This is a true story. You ready for this? Derrick Henry is the only human being to ever walk planet Earth that ran for 2,000 yards in a high school season, ran for 2,000 yards in a college season, and ran for 2,000 yards in an NFL season. One of one. One person in the history of planet Earth has done that. And that's Derrick Henry. And did it saying, Coach, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. All right. Okay, so those are wins. 11.5 is kind of your line. All right. I'm going to read through these, put it full screen, Brad, and you just let me know if there are any that you like. Addison, yeah, but what did he do in middle school? That was good. All right, Jair Alexander to record 3+ defensive interceptions in the regular season. So they signed Jair. I actually like this play, plus 135. The Ravens defense gets a lot of interceptions because the Ravens defense is generally up on teams in the regular season, and they run the football, and they're going to force you to throw it, and they're going to force you to throw it fast. I like this one. As long as he's healthy, he'll get there. Zay Flowers, 10+ receiving touchdowns. I don't hate it. Plus 600. Lamar Jackson, break the NFL regular season QB rushing record, 1,207 yards. That's plus 600. Ravens, 1+ pass TD in every game, plus 750. 1 plus rushing TD in every game. Plus
That's me.
1,000.
I like that.
You like that one?
Oh, yeah. 1 rushing TD?
Yep. Yep. Can come from anybody, too. Plus 1,000. Henry to break the regular season rushing touchdown record, 29 plus. Ravens to go undefeated. Okay. So pull it back. So you like the rushing one?
I think at plus 1,000, that gives us a lot of chance. And you know that they love to run the ball, and they have the best, arguably biggest and best back in the league. And then you get down there, and everybody's going to be focused on him, and that gives Lamar that little out route. I love it.
Yep, absolutely. Plus, I mean, they got Patrick Ricard, which they don't use him a ton at fullback, but I mean, that's a 300-pound fullback. Think about that.
Somebody
you have
Derek. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you have a 300-pound fullback. You have Derrick Henry, and you have Lamar Jackson.
Imagine fighting through that block just to see Derrick Henry coming down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. 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 Run Oklahoma drill on that. Oh, my God, man. All right. So those are team specials. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Win the AFC North. Minus 140 favorites. Bengals, second, plus 230. Steelers, plus 500. Browns, plus 3,000. Like I said, I do think that the Ravens win this division, but I would not. I wouldn't put it out there, hey, go run and bet a minus 140 that's going to sit there for 5 months, right? Stage of elimination. So basically, how far do you have them going? That's a tough bet. Now, here's an interesting one. All right, so we've been doing the first fives for every team. All right, first 5 games, how many wins do they have? Look at how the Ravens start the season, bro. At the Bills, home versus the Browns, home versus the Lions, at the Chiefs, home versus the Texans. Bro, that's 4 out of 5 possible playoff teams. Let me take that back. That's 4 potential division winners. How many wins do you think they have? 3 wins is the favorite, plus 180. How many wins do you think they have out of those first 5? That isn't. The Ravens might have the most difficult schedule to start the season. That's brutal.
That first game against the Bills is popcorn. Oh, my gosh.
And at the Bills, too. Like, yeah.
I'm going to take they're going to have 4 wins. They're going to beat one of the Bills and the Chiefs. I don't know which one. I would lean maybe to that opening night victory, maybe a Josh Allen letdown on week 1, and then Josh just starts to kick into gear. Patrick Mahomes, man, he'll win by like half of a point, if that's even possible. Give me 4 wins. I think 4 wins at plus 2, is it 285? If they win the opening match, I mean, you're looking pretty.
Yeah, I mean, that week 2 against Cleveland is nice. And again, I'm not counting that. We're not counting anything as a win. I mean, it's a division game, right? But I don't know, man. Tizzle said it. Yeah, they've been starting slow. They have. This has to be the hardest first 5 weeks of any team. I mean, that is brutal, man. Mm-hmm. And you got to go to Buffalo. You got to go to Kansas City. They've got to win that game against Detroit at home. That's tough. That is a tough opening slate. All right. I'm read through these 3, then you tell me. Let's rank them. Lamar Jackson, passing TDs, over under 28.5. Derrick Henry, rushing TDs, over under 13.5. Lamar Jackson, rushing TDs, over under 4.5. All right. So what's your favorite here?
Man. Oh, this is a tough one. I think that they stack them. I think teams, what they should be doing is stacking the box when it gets near the goal line. So I think I'm going to lean that over 28.5 passing touchdowns. For some reason, that's sticking to me.
Yeah, look, man, I like it. I think that he is going to use his arm. And, I mean, they're going to rack up touchdowns, right? I went with the rushing touchdowns. Dude, 5. Like, I'm all in. I'm with Roger. Like, I would go over on all 3 of these, right? Derrick Henry, 13.5 is interesting. That looks like a big number, and it is a big number.
He can get 3 a game.
Yeah, in
Cleveland, week 2.
Yeah, I mean, I like all of them. I think that I would rank them Lamar rushing, Henry rushing, Lamar passing. And that's not being negative on him passing because I like it a lot. I like all of these. They're going to score, but we'll see. But Lamar Jackson over 4.5. I mean, he's going to have that one game where he has like 3.
Yeah, he just got to stay healthy, right? So I think that prop is just about health. If he stays healthy, he can eclipse, and not just one, but both of these props.
Yep, completely agree. What else do we have? Look at Brad. Hey, follow our man Brad here. Brad, where can we follow you here?
You can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Brad Betts Footy. You can follow me on YouTube. I usually just come on to DTL and come subscribe on Dub Club. Grab all of my plays live right when I post them. That's how you can follow me, all 3 apps, and DM me if you have any questions. And you can also get in touch with me through the DTL Discord. I'm in there as well.
Beautiful work, my friend. Beautiful work. Okay, so that's what we have, man. All right. Let's hit our picks one more time. We'll jump out of here. Brad, let it rip.
Head to that second division of Iceland this afternoon in a matchup between Grindavik taking on Keflavik. That over 3 at -140. Eating a tiny bit of juice for that safety net. Looking for 4 goals for that full cash.
Beautiful, man. I'm going Diamondbacks, Padres over 8. Rangers, Angels over 7.5. All right. Brad, any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
Before we get out of here, coming up on Wednesday, the semifinals of the Club World Cup. We have a future PSG to take it all. They're in the semis versus Real Madrid. We took them at +400. They're currently sitting right now at +140. So we've got all the CLV Warriors. Woo! We've got CLV, but nothing is over. They've got a decent matchup against Real Madrid, and not just Real Madrid, but a Real Madrid that has been down a couple players. Mbappe should be back in the lineup, but they're going to be missing their new star center back, Dean Huijsen, who came over from the Premier League. He got a red card very late in that match. That could help PSG. And then you also have Chelsea and Fluminense. They will be playing as well. But let's cheer on our PSG +400. Going to hopefully ride that all the way through the finals.
What was the other team? The last one that you just said, Fluminense.
Fluminense.
That's a name.
Oh, yeah. I love the South American teams. They got heart.
Oh, yeah. They're going to bring it.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to bring it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. Until then, for Brad's lovely face, my name's Alabama. We had a great show. And, we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern. But till then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us?